I'm Helen and welcome to class. Today's practice will be a standing workout to help with bone strength and bone density. So as we age, particularly as women, as our estrogen depletes, then we start to lose bone density. Men also lose bone density as they age, but nowhere near as much as women do. So it's really important that we keep moving, we keep contracting our muscles, and we do resistance training, bearing weight, putting stress on our limbs, which helps stimulate new bone growth. Today's practice will be all standing. I am actually going to be wearing these wrist weights. So these are 1 pound each, 1 pound in weight rather than pounds and pence. I got them off Amazon. They were about 20 pounds and they're really good to either put on your ankles or on your wrist. As today, it's all going to be standing work. I'm going to put them on my wrist to just give a little bit of resistance to my arm bones and my arm muscles and make the workout a little bit more efficient. You don't have to have these, but if you do, it adds a little bit more spice to the workout. I'm going to practice in bare feet. I always do. I have a soft surface, 3 yoga mats. You can also wear trainers and there will be some balancing work. So if you are still developing your balancing skills, remember you can always use a chair or a wall to assist you. And as you develop your strength and your balance, and you can wean yourself away from it. So without further ado, let us begin. Not putting my weights on straight away because we just do a tiny warm up. As always, a nice centering, bring ourselves to our mat so we feel ready for the practice ahead. So standing with feet around hip distance apart, knees stacked over ankles, hips over the knees, shoulders are back and down, arms are by the side with the palms facing forward, face facing forward with the chin parallel to the earth, crown to the sky, and maybe close the eyes. Just take a moment to breathe and appreciate where you are. Thank yourself for getting on the mat, getting out of the armchair, and doing something really good for your body and for your soul. Couple of breaths here. Letting go the morning or day you've had, or if you're practicing in the morning, not worrying about what's coming up for the rest of the day. This is the time for you on your mat, just you and your body. And then when you're ready, slowly open the eyes. On an inhale, palms reach up to the sky. Full body stretch, grounding down into the feet, raising the arms as high as possible, elongating the spine, and exhale down by the sides. Again, inhale, lift. Rooting into the earth, exhale, down. One more time, inhale, lift, and exhale, down. Bringing the palms together at the chest, bending the knees, so coming into this little chair squat on an inhale. Lift up to the sky and open the chest into a cactus. So I'll turn to the side, and as you exhale, return back to this chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lift, opening that chest to the sky and the throat. Exhale, chair. And come back to center. So now I'll put on my wrist weights. If you're not using wrist weights, it doesn't matter. You still get pretty good workout. And we'll begin. So we'll start in the center of the mat and just start stepping to one side, reaching out of the waist, back to the center, and then over to the other side. Putting all the weight in one foot, extending the opposite one away. So you're in this sort of diagonal, working on lateral flexion of the spine. Opening that side body, just warming up. Bending into the legs, getting the blood flowing, waking up the muscles. Few more of these. And then back to the center. Next movement, you'll be stepping out to the side, coming into a goddess squat. So making sure the knees are tracking over the heels, or over the toes rather. Palms come to the chest, lifting the heels and opening the arms as if they're a book. Back to the center. Step in and then out to the other side. Goddess squat, heels lift, chest opens, back and keep moving like this. So doing time with your breath, being mindful of your knees, keeping the spine straight, the core engaged to protect the spine. Gaze is in front, so when you're coming up onto those toes, it's a balance. Always takes a little bit more concentration. Get deep into the thighs here. Couple more each side. Using these big muscles in the thighs, I can already feel my heart rate going up. One more to the other side. And back to center, well done. Coming to the center of the mat, we'll work on some twisting. I'm gonna ground down into my right foot, extend the left one out to the side. Arms come up, parallel. Lifting this knee, rotating towards it, and then back out again. So all the weight is in this right foot. Get your fixed gazing point, or you can rotate rather with the upper body. So we're going to jazz this up a little bit. So the knee will come in, and then we'll do a lateral lift on the other leg. You can raise the arms, or you can keep them in this shape, whatever feels good for you. So working on mobility of the spine and strengthening of the outer leg and the oblique, the outer hip. When you're balancing on one leg, you're really working that hip as well to stabilize you. A couple more of these. And then we'll go to the other side. So all my weight's going to go in the left leg. Arms come up to a T. Right leg's out to the side. Start just with this rotation. Imagine you're bringing the elbow to the knee, rotating around that spine. Couple more. And then we'll add the lateral lift. So knee comes in and then out this way. Knee, lift, knee, lift. So if you're using wrist weights, you can see that it really jazzes up the muscles and makes it a little bit more challenging. My weights kind of match my vest top. That was not intentional. A few more. And final one. Brilliant. Now work on some extension and flexion of the hip, our balance, and some core strength. Bringing one foot forward, so I've got my right foot forward, left leg is behind. Coming into this lunge, starting with the hands on the hip. On an inhale, front leg straightens, then back to the lunge, step in, step back, and again, straighten, bend. So you really have to zip up the core here, and imagine you're scissoring the thighs. You can stay with this, or if you want, lift the arms up. So once you lift the arms overhead, that really spices up the heart rate. And if you want to do it a little bit more, we'll come in, this knee will come up, extend long, and then step back into a lunge. Straighten, bend, step in, lift the leg, straighten, lunge. Couple more. You can go all the way through. This is such a great strengthener for that supporting leg. Great to focus the mind, because when you're trying to balance, you can't really think about anything else. We'll do one more of these, and then we'll go to the other side. And release. Shake it out, take a breath, and set up for side B. Coming into this lunge. First of all, start with the hands at the hips. You can keep the hands at the hips the whole time if you want. So on an inhale, front leg straightens, descends, step the back foot in, and then step it back. Straighten, bend, step in, step back. Straighten, bend, step in, step back. If you want, the arms can come up. Straighten, bend, step in, step back. Straighten, bend, step in, step back. Straighten, bend, step in, step back. Now, straighten, bend, step in, knee comes up, extend long, step back to the lunge. Straighten, bend, step in, knee comes up, lengthen, step back. This is totally optional, this version, but you can give it a try, because sometimes we see things and think, I'm never going to be able to do that. And we don't even attempt it. But most of the time, our mind is the obstacle, or us, we're the obstacle with a fixed view that we have about something. One more or two more this side. Balance it out. The last one. And back and release and shake it out. Well done. Okay, we'll work a bit more on different mobility in the hip. So standing with the feet together, directly underneath the hips. Hands will start on the hips. On an inhale, imagine you're drawing your big toe up the inside of your leg. So you're keeping the knee straight forward. Then it comes down, and then you open it. And you drag this big toe on the inside of the leg and down. Okay, and we'll begin. So ground down into that opposite foot, grounding down to my right foot, bending this left knee, left big toe to the inner ankle. It comes up the inside, down, open to the side, in the middle, and again, pulling it up and out. Now you can keep the hands here, or you can channel your inner ballerina, bring them out to the side, and then maybe up. So I don't know anything about ballet. Well, I did it as a child. So if you know about ballet, maybe you can put in the comments what these arm movements are, what this one is, and then what this one is. I suppose I could look it up online. Keeping the shoulders down, moving the arms with grace. Going out, and then along the center. A couple more. I can really feel the standing leg burning. One more. And relax and shake it out before we go to the other side. So I did attend a seminar in the week about osteoporosis. It was saying that even muscle contractions are enough to stimulate new bone growth. So even doing a movement like that where you're really activating your muscles, you're stimulating new bone growth. That's why it's good to keep moving as we get older. So grounding down now into this left foot, starting with the hands at the hips, dragging this big toe up the inner leg and down, externally rotating and then coming out. So you might notice a difference in the two sides. Like for me, this left hip is a lot more open than the right. When we do these asymmetrical exercises, it really reveals the imbalances we have in the body. They are completely normal because we have a lot of patterns that we do every day, habitual patterns, and in general, one side of our body is stronger than the other. If you like, you can start to bring in the arms, channel your inner Rudolf Nureyev or Anna Pavlova, Darcy Bustle, Misty Copeland. I don't think Misty Copeland's got anything to worry about watching this. Carrying on. Zipping up that standing leg. Now I'm wobbling. Okay, I need to focus. Couple more. Last one. And release and shake it out. Well done. Okay, for the next move, I'm going to turn to the basis space so you can see. Hands will come to the hips. Slight bend in both knees. One leg, so I'm extending my right leg, will come forward. I'm going to bend this left knee, straighten. Reach it behind, so this is extension of the hip. And bend the knee again. Come forward. And bend, and so forth. Now, if you need to, you can put the foot down in between, and you don't have to bend the knee, but it just, again, it's stimulating this muscle contraction to help support our bones. Okay, hands at hips, and we will bring some arm movements in as we progress. Front leg comes out straight, so my right leg, bending this left knee, straighten. It reaches back, bend the knee, straighten. Again. Forward. So really activating the glute and the back of the leg as you bring it back. And as you're coming forward, you're activating the quad and the hip flexor. So bringing in the arms, you can do a tricep lift and then a bicep curl. So this is a bit of a mind workout as well. If you haven't got weights on, just resist against your muscles as you contract them. Couple more. One more. And release. Really burnt that leg out there. Excellent, well done. Shake it out before we go to the other side. Again, facing forward, grounding down, this time into my right foot. Knees are bent. We'll start with this leg in front, lifting up, then sweeping behind, bending, coming up, and a bend, and a bend. So doing time with your breath and your body, because we're all different. And remember, you can always put the foot down in between. You can always hold on as well to a wall while you're doing this. And if you like, you can bring the arms in, so a bicep curl to the front and then to the back. A push, I don't even know what that's called. Some kind of push-up, tricep push-up. It's not a kickback. We're really using our brain here to coordinate everything. Which is what's so great about these standing workouts. We are working on strength, mobility, balance, and coordination. It's a brain workout, it's a body workout. You more. My glute is on fire. I'm forgetting what I'm doing now. Release and let go. Well done. That was pretty tough, that one. Okay. The next one is a side lunge to step in. The hands will come to the chest. Ground down into your right foot and step out to the left, bending into this knee. So you're sitting this hip back. Just like this. And then pushing off and coming back to the center. So coming out, bending in, and pushing off and coming back. Putting the foot down in between. And then of course, if you want to jazz it up, you can keep the knee up and then step out. So you come back and balance and then step out. You can also bring the arms in. Really pushing off of that left foot from this side lunge. Really using the core to hold you upright when the knee comes up. One more this side. And release down, shake it out. Catch your breath and we'll go over to the other side. So grounding down into this left foot, palms start at the chest. So remember, whenever we've got the hands down, it's a lot less effort for the heart than when the arms are up. Stepping out to the side and stepping back in. Pushing off of the foot, coming back, sitting deep. You might find one side is a lot easier than the other. As I said before, our bodies are slightly imbalanced in general. And then you can carry on like this, or you can bring the arms in and a balance. Few more. So I really can tell that this side of my body is a lot weaker than the other side. One more. And release, well done. Now we'll work on a curtsy lunge with a little bit of progression. So we'll start in the center of the mat. One leg will step behind. You come down into the curtsy, then you come back. So we'll start building this, getting this familiar in the lower body. And then we'll do another one like this. Then we come to the side and it's a crunch, a side crunch. So this is great for the obliques, for the whole of the core, keeping you stable. And you come up, and getting deep into those hips and legs with the curtsy. A few more. I'm really dripping in sweat. One more. And release, shake it out. Okay, before we move on to the other side, just catch your breath. Recenter, reconnect. And then we'll begin. So start with the hands on the hips, just stepping behind, coming into this curtsy. You're getting the shape in the lower body. Now if I can do these standing movements, the first couple of times I do them, I'm wobbling all over the place. And then you kind of just get it in your body. Okay, so we step back and then maybe knee to elbow. Helps to really concentrate. If I don't talk, I find I'm much more precise. Couple more. You can do it. You're doing really well. We've done a lot of leg work today. And shake it out. You will please know in our last movement. So this is a chair pose with a diagonal kickback. If you imagine you're looking at a clock, depending on which leg, you'll be kicking back at 7:30 or 4:30. So I will turn to the side, palms come to the chest, bend deep into the knees, and then as you stand up, this right leg will kick back to 4:30, come back to chair, left leg 7:30, and keep going like this. And of course, if you want to bring the arms into it, we'll do this chest opening one again that we did at the start. So you're opening like a book. Really feel the glute activate as you kick back on that diagonal. So imagine you're lifting the leg from the glute. Keep going. Remember, this is the last move, so give it all that you've got. Sometimes when we think we're completely depleted, apparently the science tells us that we've only used 40% of our reserves. So a lot of it is mind over matter. And last one, and release. If you've got weights on your wrist, take them off. And we'll just stand here for a moment, catch our breath. Inhale, the palms up to the sky, full body stretch. And back down. Just allowing the breath to return to a normal pattern. Should be feeling really good now, I know I do. Feeling really energized. A few more of these. A few shoulder shrugs to release the shoulders and going forwards. Maybe you're reaching over to the side, bringing one leg behind and the other arm over. Over to the side. You can, if you're near a wall, you can hold onto a wall. You just do a quad stretch. And the other leg. Keeping the knees parallel. Feeling the opening in this psoas and the quad. And then maybe beneficial to do a figure 4. So I am going to use the wall here. Externally rotating the knee and bringing this across and just sitting back into the hips. Now, this might be impossible for you. You can do this sitting on the floor or even in a chair. Over to the other side. And coming back up. I do have some videos of lower body stretching. I'll link them below if you would like to get deeper into your lower body and really stretch out the muscles. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that standing workout. Working on our bone density, our bone strength. The key is actually progressive resistance. So keep doing more and more, increasing the weight, the duration and the intensity, but poco a poco, one step at a time, bit by bit. Thank you again for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon.